Australia Tour of England 2018. On a blockbuster Tuesday, Morgan set about taking a record home himself by surpassing Ian Bella's England's leading run-getter in Otis. Copyright Getty. Eoin Morgan has ranked Tuesday's demolition of Australia in the third ODI as the best of his career as England captain. A new record score in a men's ODI of 481 for 6 set up the hosts' 242-run victory, which gives them an unassailable 3-0 lead in the 5-match series. The innings featured two breathtaking centuries from Jonny Bairstow, 139, and Alex Hales, 147, which shell-shocked the visitors and allowed England to, momentarily, dream of becoming the first team to break 500 in an ODI. While that did not materialize, they were able to skittle Australia out for 239 with 13 overs to spare. Since taking over the two white ball teams in 2015, Morgan has helped oversee a culture shift in English cricket and provided players and fans with some great days in limited overs cricket, a form of the game that brought them little joy before. The 31-year-old is in no doubt that this performance goes right to the top of the list. "The best performance by a stretch, I think," said Morgan. "Definitely, the last 3 years are probably more special than the other guys are feeling at the moment. We've been very lucky with the group of players that we've had. Certainly, this is the best period of my career. And the proudest as well." He was particularly buoyed by Hales, Bairstow and Jason Roy, who followed up his century in the second ODI with a dominant 82 that should have been converted to 3 figures. Speaking on the eve of this fixture, Hales admitted that he had to do something special to try and usurp Roy and Bairstow, who currently occupy the 2 opening slots. His 147 will have gone some way to doing that, and Morgan was pleased that the competition for places had elicited such a reaction. "It's difficult to keep everybody satisfied. At the end of the day, you're not going to. But we want a squad of players that, by the time the World Cup comes around, the informed guys are likely to play." All 3, Bairstow, Roy, Hales, are putting themselves right at the top of the list at the moment. On a personal note, Morgan's glitzy cameo of 67 from 30 balls saw him overtake Ian Bella's England's leading run scorer in Otis. The England captain was aware he was close to the mark at the start of the series and, though he forgot the number, is proud of the honour. To pass someone like Ian Bell, who has been around a very long time, is something that is satisfying. "The rate at which I struck it today, you have too. Everybody in the changing room strikes it at that, if not more. It's definitely a young man's game. As for what is possible, Morgan kept options open. On today's evidence and given the way this England side operate, guessing is something of a fool's game." Morgan admitted that 500 was in the eyes of the players but is proud of how they approached the milestone. "One imagines it won't be long before that peak is scaled. We don't know where the game will be this time next year. If we continue to challenge each other within the group and have healthy learning curve between now and next year, we'll be in great nick with 2 games to play. England have taken an unassailable 3-0 lead and will look to push through on a whitewash over an Australia side bereft of quality and now down on the luck. It is likely that changes will be made, such as Sam Curran being drafted into the squad to allow others to rest, especially with the next 2 Otis, Durham and Manchester, coming in the next 5 days. We've got 2 more opportunities to win against an Australian thing. But I think with only a day in between the next game, it makes it more difficult for us to put out our strongest team. We'll have to see how the bowlers pull up tomorrow." Copyright Crick Buzz from around the web.